Hello, this is Thrash on That's Been a Parts channel at YouTube. And before I get into the topic of the video, what's playing in the background is Holland thrash metal band or speed metal Maneater Initial Velocity. I've showed this album in I think my counterfeit or unofficial CD releases video, but just a great album. It's their first under the name Mandator because they originally were under the name Misto Disto. Still, great stuff. Because this is like a bootleg copy, but still sounds great. Definitely doesn't sound like crap, but as far as sound as quality, doesn't sound like it was ripped from a MP3 or whatever. It definitely sounds like it was ripped from a genuine copy of the album. Still, great stuff. However, topic of the video is anniversary editions, which this is about not an anniversary video, but on anniversary editions, like either like, for example, like 20th anniversary edition reissues or anything like that. That's what I'm gonna be showing. Okay, so let me get into showing. Not really. It is a reissue, an anniversary reissue, but it's a part of a series, and it's Killers, Ready for Hell, backed by Wall of Sound, with also a bonus track called Walls of Hell, which is a medley of both the track Ready for Hell and the song Wall of Sound. And it was featured as it was only exclusive to the If It's Loud We're Proud comp. Still, it fits in this because it's part of the 20th anniversary series in Mausoleum Records. But these two weren't originally released by Mausoleum. They were reissued by Mausoleum in 1983, but they were originally released through Lark Records in like 1980 to 1982. Well, here it says, well, actually, whatever, even though I kind of, yeah, Ready for Hell was, according to this, it's saying was originally released in 1979 on Wii Records, which is Warner Entertainment Association, I believe, is the full name of the record label. But I believe on actual record pressings of it, it says 1980. It was probably recorded in 1979, but released a year later. I don't know. This is a Russian copy of the album through a CD Maximum, which it's not a bootleg, but it was a Russian pressing of it. And Wall of Sound originally released through Lark Records in 1981, but obviously it was 1982 when you look at actual pressings of the album. I don't have an original pressing, but I've seen some, and they're not very expensive. They're pretty reasonable. So let's get into some of the other actual special editions, like, you know, anniversary editions. This one I showed in my other one, so I'm not gonna, in my deluxe editions video, I showed this before, so I'm not gonna say too much about it. White Snake's Slide It In. This is the 25th anniversary edition, which features the actual album, songs from the select songs from the UK mix of the album, including some bonus tracks, a 45 B-side, and a DVD with some extra shit. Okay, well, next up is this is the 25th anniversary edition of Twisted Sister Stay Hungry. And what else can you say about this album? Well, I have some stuff to say about this album. It's not really my favorite, by Twisted Sister. Yeah, it's got some good songs. Definitely, you know, the title track, Burn in Hell. Hard Terror, The Beginning, Captain Howdy, Street Justice, The Price, The Beast, Don't Let Me Down, and SMF. It's got some great songs on here. However, we're not gonna take it and I Wanna Rock or fucking overplayed, making this sound almost a little bit overrated. Still, it's deserving of it at points, but I don't know. However, disc 2 with some of the bonus, like the previously unreleased or unissued songs, this is where the meat really does have, like songs such as Death from Above, Death Run. Geez, there's some other one. I think You Got the Fight might be. It's been a long time since I've heard the second disc, but there's some songs that I think should have been added to the actual album. Because when you really listen to some of the more unissued stuff, it sounds like almost a continuation of the first two albums. You know, Under the Blade and You Can't Stop Rock and Roll got that new wave of British heavy metal sound still intact. For the rest, but some of the songs in here, it's still intact on Staying Hungry, but you can tell the direction where Dean was going to take them. But still pretty good. And even the new recording of 30, which is not bad. However, I'm going to say that this is a first pressing, because later pressings, I believe, has fixed sound. Because the first disc, when it was originally pressed, the volume was kind of low. And people kind of thought that and it was an error, and people sent their copies in and were receiving new copies with fixed sound, which meaning they got the second pressing, but this is a first pressing, an original of the 25th anniversary edition. So I don't know how much original pressings go for now with the air quality, so I guess it makes it almost like maybe like a collector's item, I don't know. But mine is kind of a little trash, cracked, whatever, by accident, something happened. But other than that, discs are fine, but still not my favorite Twisted Sister album. But still, not a bad listen. Now the next one is also one I showed in my Deluxe Edition video. So this is the 30th anniversary expanded edition of Angel Witch's self-titled debut. I already said enough about the album in my Deluxe Edition video, so I can practically skip it. If you want to see my actual thoughts on this, I would just say go watch my Deluxe Edition videos. A video. I don't know. I got up late. Okay, next one is the 30th anniversary edition of Judas Priest's classic British Steel, released in 1980, classic one. But not my favorite, but it was definitely one of Judas Priest, because as you can see, I changed the cover. This is the actual cover that people will remember it by. I don't know, I just don't care for that cover, and when I saw that was in there, I decided, you know what, fuck it, switch it. I don't care if I ruin the cover or anything. I just want to see the original cover. But, still, it's just a repressing of the 2001 reissue, but it does feature a DVD, which is the 30th anniversary DVD, which is them playing the whole album live. This was recorded when KK was still in the band, but they also play some of the songs such as The Ripper, Prophecy, Hell Patrol, Victim of Changes, Free Will Burning, Diamonds and Rust, and You've Got Another Thing Coming. Still, great live performance. And I did get to see Judas Priest this year, and they played both Metal Gods and The Rage, which was pretty cool. But still, just a great repress of it. Now this one is a little changed up. This is the 30th anniversary edition of, or it's special 30th anniversary edition of Judas Priest's second classic, or I guess album that pretty much propelled them into the mainstream, Screaming for Vengeance. What else can be said about this one? Probably one of the very first Judas Priest albums I ever heard as a kid, like in 2002, 3, definitely 2003 or 4. Fuck. What a classic from beginning to end. And this one does feature some bonus tracks, mostly live stuff of, Electric Eye, Right on the Wind, You've Got Another Thing Coming, Screaming for Vengeance, the title track, Devil's Child, and also does feature the bonus track that was featured on the 2001 reissue, which is Prisoner of Your Eyes. But these are different bonus tracks that are also, like the live ones, are different than ones that are even, it's like there's more bonus tracks in here, but it doesn't feature the live version of Devil's Child that was used on the 2001 reissue. But what also makes this pretty worth purchase, what made this worth getting was the DVD, which is the live performance from the US Festival. Just a classic performance from Judas Priest. Definitely them still in their prime. But again, I saw Judas Priest live as well, like I said. And they played a song, Screaming for Vengeance, which was fucking awesome. Definitely that song kicks ass live. Always the live versions are just amazing. Rob is always more raw when he sings that song. He just sounds, it's more aggressive. It's definitely it ranks in there as one of Judas Priest's most, best speed metal songs. One of the and definitely the precursor to even thrash. It's just a heavy song. Now this one is a recent, I just got recently, and it's a recent reissue as well. It's the Ultimate 35th Band Anniversary Collection of Thrust's Fist Held High. And yes, if you really didn't know that this was being released, your eyes is definitely not deceiving you. This is Thrust, Fist Held High, in its box set form, like how Metal Blade Records likes to do some of their reissues for when they do this type of stuff, like the Hollow's Eve, Voivod, Flotsam and Jetsam, the Fate's Warning, Awaken the Guardian, like that. It's in that category of just box sets, reissues. But this also features the album itself remastered, couple of demos as well, and even the songs from the split that they did, the Rock for Poland in 1982, and the Destructor track from the Metal Massacre 4, and also an unreleased album that was recorded in 1988. It was called Reincarnation, and they were working with producer Bob Kulick. Yes, you heard that name right. The guy played in many bands, including Kiss, Lou Reed, there's just quite a bit to name. But even at one point even played with Alice Cooper. But he produced the Reincarnation album, and all but see the Reincarnation album definitely kind of has that very melodic sort of sound. It's not as heavy as Fist Held High, because Fist Held High is definitely the heaviest the band had ever gotten in their career. Just a speed metal monster in ways. Yeah. Now I'll take it out to actually show. So here's again the box set. There it is, Fists Held High with the bonus tracks and such. So it does feature some photos and such. You know what, let me see if I can show the photos. Without trying to make this video a little long. So I didn't show every photo on there because I don't want to make this video too long, but still pretty cool. And next up is the Reincarnation album. Let me get that one out. Shit. Right there. And this one, though, both the Rock for Poland split has a different vocalist. The Fists Held High has John Manata on vocals, and this one has a different vocalist. And this is the lineup that's recently back together. And shit. All right, let me see it. Yeah, there's some photos as well. All right. Yeah, definitely not bad, the Reincarnation. I have to give it another spin and to get used to it. It's a very raw sounding because it wasn't officially released back in the 80s. It wasn't when it was released. So it's definitely got like a cassette sort of sound, but for what it is, it's definitely worth it because of its. So the second album that Thrust recorded, it's definitely, like, again, not as heavy as Fists Held High, which is just at times almost a proto thrash metal out, like most of like the Metal Blade Records bands, but it's definitely more closer to like Obsession or even like Exciter. It's Judas Priest on freaking steroids. At times, it's just Judas Priest on steroids. With John Manata, who's definitely just to me, he's like a very evil, possessed Ron Keel. Still, that's pretty much for anniversary editions that I have. Definitely, I had some to show, some that I showed in my deluxe edition videos, but still, definitely some cool stuff right there. So that pretty much does it for this video. This is Heavy Thrash as saying I am out. Later.